So an update on the base. We've started on this end, removed everything, and we're starting to put on this 1/2-inch pine to give the playing surface more support. Now I'm screwing it in on the edge because there is some, the way that it's made, it's thicker here, so you can screw into the edge. And then I'm still going to add a board right here, screwing into the side. The side's about 3/4 of an inch, so I can go into it a good 1/2 inch and still be fine. So we'll screw that in. And I think we'll put another, well, I'm not sure. We have to figure out our leg situation, how the legs are going to go on. So I may not be able to, I may have to leave room for the legs right here, and then we can add a support across there. But most of this will be, the support will come from, this is solid already, but when we put another layer on the outside, we'll have even more support. So it's going to look really good. We're not going to be able to see this part, but it's the fact that it's going to give the playing surface much more support. Not that anybody should ever stand on it or anything like that. We'd like the playing surface to stay as flat as possible. I think it's quite flat. I'm reinforcing it a little bit by putting more screws in here, doubling up on the number of screws in the edge before I put the pine on. Quite sure I have enough pine. I have one other board there, so I think we're going to have enough to complete this part. I did cut this out here, and the reason is because this is how it goes on, and this is the goal. So if the goal comes out like this, if it was on top of this wood, it would be, the top of the goal would be showing here. The ball would be hitting this upper edge there. Now another thing I learned was the back side of the goal, there was a strip of press board glued onto here. And I'm quite sure they did that because if the ball hits really hard, it could break this plastic. And I was thinking that it was too soft or too easy to break. But I didn't realize, we had found a piece of wood when we had moved the table. We didn't know what it went to. But when I pulled out the other one, or no, actually when I pulled this one out, this is when I found the piece of wood. So it must be the wood is missing out of that one. So what I'm going to do here is cut a piece of wood to fit in here, a wedge shape, to fill this whole cavity, because I don't want to break this with a really hard hit ball. So we'll add support there. Okay, coming along.